Good day, everyone. I'm Moshid Lawa. I'm here to explain how to use the Vottran assistive technology. The Vottran assistive technology is to help the disabled people in how to deliver lectures, assignments, and assess them with an exam using some advanced technology. So the system has been built, and first thing you need to do is to log in into it. The system is not what anybody can just be allowed. The person must be profiled on. So an account has been profiled, which is called Lecturer1. So I'm going to log in with that so that we can see how to make use of this Vottran assistive technology. So the first thing I'm going to do is to log in. So I've specified the username and password here, and then the moment you enter, you will land on the dashboard here, and on the dashboard we have the calendar showing events upcoming. If you can see, I log in as a lecturer now, and I can see that an assignment is due. In this case, this is telling me that there is an event, and what's that event saying? The event saying assignment 1 is due, which means if you have given an assignment or exam is upcoming, you will see whatever event that is coming up. But where we want to go to actually is courses. Each lecturer will be profiled on this application and assign the course they are taking. So let's assume that this lecturer is taking 2 courses, which is Management Information System and Management Theory. Okay, so if the lecturer wants to upload his content into a lecture after he has been given his profile, so the first thing he will do is by coming into this My Courses and then select the course he wants to deliver lecture on. So how will this help the students? How will the lecturer be able to deliver the lectures? There are different modules that has been incorporated into this Vottran, the application. So the first thing the lecturer will do is to turn on edit mode, because the lecturer is the person that will upload content. He will upload his lectures. He can also deliver the lecture online and some other features that have been embedded into the application. So the first thing he needs to do is turn on edit mode, because he is also seeing it as student for now. Then he can now go ahead and turn on the editing so that he can be able to upload content and set up his course. Now we want to set up the course. Now we have turned on edit. Then the first thing you do is that we have created this as a topic based lecture, which you can add more to the topic, but for now we only have topic 1 and 2, and then we have a place for general, like a place where you can put something that is like announcement, in notice for the students and all that, and they can also go there and see what announcement you have for them. But here we have under topic 1 and topic 2. So what I'm going to do is that the first thing I'll do is by editing the topic 1 to whatever I want to edit it to be. I may say, okay, the topic 1 is what? Definition of MIS. Maybe that's what we are going to be discussing here. Then once you do that, you press enter. Then topic 1 will change to whatever you have changed it to be. Then after that, the next thing you do, let me remove this one. We use this to test the other time, so I want to remove it. After uploading a content, you can always come back there and remove. So I want to remove this as well. So okay, so now we want to add activity or resource. Activity means what we engage students, maybe assignment or lecture they will read or listen to and all that. So under that, the first thing I want to do is that I want to look for we said this is definition. I want to look for what MIS is from Google. Let's assume I want to upload my content now. So if I say management information system. So Google is giving me what management information system is all about. Then I can just make use of that. I know as a lecturer you have your content, not like every time you come to Google like this. So let me just copy this and say this is my definition. So I want to use that. So now where do I want, what I want to use here is I want to use a page, so that when they open it, it will open as a page for the students. Okay, so what's the meaning of this? This one is, we are saying this is MIS, say intro to management information system. Then I will put the text. Please take note, the text is for those who can see. Probably they might not be able to hear, but anybody that can see, or even they can hear, they'll be able to see this content and read what is there. But as well, at the same time, you may decide to record an audio and put there for the student to listen to. So for those who are visually inclined, will be able to listen to the audio. So I will say, okay, as much as you are providing text for those that can see, then you may also decide to provide audio for those that can hear. Even for those that are disabled, that maybe they don't have the strength to always come to the website and read the content, then you can just upload or record an audio for them. So in this case, I'm going to paste what I have copied. This is the text I'm putting there for students to read. Oh, this is description, sorry. This one is just to specify what the course is all about and all that. So this is, so it's not compulsory. That is why you can see that it doesn't have this mark. Then this one, that is the content, you can see page content, it has this mark, meaning it is required. That's the place where we are going to put our content. Then once you do this, the next thing is just to click on save and return to course. Like that, you have created a lesson for the students to come here and read. But you may not decide, okay, apart from having a lecture like this, I also want to record audio. Then you can go back to add resource. If you are still under that same topic definition, we have various modules which you can use. So what I'm still going to use is, I'm going to use in case at times you want to deliver your lecture online, you make use of this. That is, you want to do a live class with the students. The application can also accommodate that. So once you click on that big blue button, then you give your live class a name. So I'm going to call it live class so that it will depict what it is. But basically, you may just call it live class for MIS so that it will reflect the name of the course, because you might have different people doing that, although it's not going to contradict anybody. So now I've just typed the name and click on save. You are not doing anything rather than that. Every other thing has been configured in such a way that once you start your class, you just move on. That is for a live class. So the student will also see, a time has been set. You just go there, click on it, then everybody joins. The student will join, the lecturer will join, and they have their live class, like they are doing Zoom or Teams meeting. That is how this one is also all about. Then once you do all this, then another thing you can do is that you can set up an assignment. If you go on add activity or resource, then we can look for assignment down here. Assignments, here it is. Then what's the assignment all about? After reading through lectures, listening to lectures, you want to give them an assignment, or having a live class, You want to give them an assignment that they will come back on this platform and submit, so that you can mark the assignment and grade each student. So this one will give you the opportunity of doing that. So let's say, for instance, we want to call this assignment 1 on MIS. Okay, then the next thing is instruction, activity instruction. Here, how do you want the student to you can give an instruction here, like, okay, this lesson is blah blah blah, or you can as well record an audio for the students to give them instruction on how to go about the assignment. Or probably you type maybe what is MIS there, for instance, or let me say list 5 types of MIS. That is the question they are supposed to answer for the assignment. Now, we have some things set. The assignment, you can set up a due date, but by default we have set it to always due by 7 days. We have set up that, but you can change it. So that's just it. Then submission types. How do you want students to submit the response? You can say online test. Online test means students will be able to type the answer on this application and submit. Or you can say, okay, they should type it in a Microsoft Word, a PDF, or any other file type and upload on this application. Or you may even allow the two, that okay, whether you upload the assignment or you type it on the platform. So if you check the two will be enabled for them, and then you can now start setting word count and other. But after that, the next thing you do is to save and return. You don't have any other thing to do. Every other thing has been configured to work as it is. Then we now have another one called, okay, maybe after doing topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, you do the first week, second week, third week, fifth week. After 3 months or thereabout, anytime you want to write an exam, it is exam time now for the students. How do you set up an exam? It's still the same under add activity or resource. So I assume that maybe you have done topic 2, topic 3, you can add some more topics to it. You have done all the topics, and then now it is exam. Though I'm not adding it to the last topic, but I'm still adding it to this first topic just for us, for a demo purpose. You can add it anywhere you like. Okay, so when you click on this add activity or resource, then you select quiz. So when you select quiz, then you can set up your quiz name and add questions. So how do we do that? Let's say I'm now saying this is exam 1. Then description is not compulsory. Then the next thing is timing. How many hours do you want them to be able to write this exam? We don't configure that because we know that you are definitely going to have your own time. So what we do is that you click on this enable and set your time. So let's say I'm setting 120. 120 simply means 2 hours. Then if you want the quiz to be open at a particular point and close at another point, you can just do that. Maybe you allow you expect them to do the exam on a particular day, so you just set up that day and set up the time within the period they'll be able to write the quiz. Taking for instance, if I say, okay, this quiz they are to do it on June 12th between 8 to 5, that's all. They shouldn't be able to do it more than that. Then you set up the date here, you enable this and set up June 12th here and say 8 a.m. Then this one too, 12 June 2023, then 5 p.m. you enable the two. That means that's the period the quiz will be available for students to come and write. But I know you may want to allow it at least because you may want to be doing a batch exams for students, and then you don't want to set up all this time and all that. That is why we did not enable it by default. Then you go on and save. You can see all what I've been doing is just type the name and save. That's all. Even when you are adding assignment, you just type the name and you save. When you are doing page, just put your content and save. We've not done anything more than that. Every other thing has been configured for us on this application. Now, after we must have done this, as a lecturer, and we have saved our resources. Now, for that of exam, we've not added question. You need to add question, and then the next thing you click on the exam. Let me go back. I clicked on the exam 1 itself. Let me go ahead. I clicked on the exam 1 itself, and then it will take me to a place where I can add question. You can see no question have been added yet. So if I click on add question, then I will see add here. Add. Now, the grade, this is like maximum grade. You can set up your grade, maybe 70 or whatever you want to set it to be, but we have set it to be 10 by default. So you can change that to whatever you want to change it to be. So now, add new question. What type of question we want to add? Multiple choice is like the one that they will choose whether A or B is the answer. True or false, whether you are asking a question and they are going to just pick true or false. That is it. Then there are other ones, but the ones that are basically made for this Vottran that is customized based on requirements is we specifically built these ones for this purpose. Others are also there for like general common people, but the ones that are for special people is what I will just talk about. Others, I know there are things that we can handle by ourselves. So, but this essay writing and auto grade, what does it do? Let me click on it. You will see it's telling you what it is. It allows an essay of several sentences or paragraphs to be submitted as a question response, and then the essay is graded automatically. So the grade may be overwritten later by the lecturer. What it is that if you are using this essay auto grade, that is, when you ask a question, they will see the question. Maybe the question is what is management information system, and then you now input some keywords that you expect them to mention while answering this question. So once you input all those keywords, the system will automatically look for those keywords in their response and grade them accordingly. So we are going to set up that now. If we are setting up that, we click on add question. We want to add the question. Now, what's the question name? We are going to name this question 1. Question 1. Now, question 1, it says the default mark is 10 marks. We might say, okay, if you are planning this, if the entire exam is 10 marks, you can't say a question, we just take the whole 10 marks. So we can say, okay, maybe this one is 5 marks. I'm just doing that as an example. It depends on how you want it to be. Then the only thing you do now is that you'd have some target phrases, target words, target sentences you are looking for in this question. Now, we have not typed the question. This is the question name, and then the question text is what the question all about itself. I will type, what is management information system? Okay, then I will come to target phrases. Initially it says no, but I want to add some. Let me say I want to add 4 target phrases. The system will I will click on add. So the system will create some fields for me to add these target phrases. What are these target phrases? Now let me go back to the definition of management information system. This one says a management information systems. An MIS is a system that provides management with necessary information to make decisions about organizations, operations. MIS gather data from various sources and processes it to provide information tailored to the managers and their staff needs. Now, let's say, okay, on this definition, let me see if we have another one. Okay, on this definition, we are saying it provides managers with necessary information. That is a phrase. Provides managers with necessary information. We are looking for that. That's so we put it here that okay, if the person mentions this, what do you want to give the person? You want to give the person 2% of the mark, 3% of the mark, 5%, 10%, 20%, and on and on like that, up to 100%. Maybe the moment he mentions that, he already answered the question. So let me say, okay, for instance, if this person mentioned this, he has already gotten 30% of the answer. Then we can now look further and say, okay, because this type of question is an auto grade. We now say, okay, what other thing? To make decision about organization is another phrase. It provides necessary information to make decision about an organization's operations. That is another mark. If the person now go further by mentioning this, okay, we'll say, okay, if the person also mentions this, that is target phrase 2, then we are also awarding what? We are also going to give the person another 20 marks. Okay, then let's look for another target phrases. It could be words, not necessarily a whole sentence like this. You might just be looking for, at a point they will say it is a combination of controls and some other things about organization. So if that is what you are looking for, then you just put control, comments and things like that. That's just a word. Now you say it gathers data from various sources and process it. That is another phrase. It gathers data from different sources and process it. We can also put that there and then award mark for that. Then the fourth one, we can continue to add phrases to this. We want to auto grade the student, and if we like, we might just get it from them and then read it ourselves and grade them, or we can even just change the mark if we like. So it provides information tailored to managers and their staff needs. We might decide to say, okay, this is what we want to use as another phrase. So which means if anybody mentions all this, he will get full mark. Alright, now we are putting this one too here. So let me remove this one. Okay, then we also do what? As assign mark to that. Once we have done with all this, please take note. Let me take that again. I said when you are adding a question, we are selecting an essay auto grade question. It's a type of questions that when students see it, they will record or write their answer. Then the system will automatically grade them based on these keywords that we have set here. So how do you do it? The first thing is question name. We'll give you question 1, question 2, question 3. That's how you'll be doing it for question names. Then question text. What exactly do you want to ask them? The question text, it could be recorded as well. You can record an audio there for those who cannot see. They will also listen to the question. Apart from typing it like this, you can as well record it so that they can also do what? Listening to it. Then what other thing? You set mark for it. You have to do that with the overall mark of the entire question, the entire exam. Then we now went to target phrases. Okay, what are the things you are looking for in this question? What are the things you are looking as an answer? You know, it's an essay. They are going to answer it. Then, so this one, then you can now set up your phrases, target phrases. Like, okay, you are looking for this word, and if they mention it, this is what you are going to assign to them. If they mention that particular word, this is what you are going to assign to them. Then you save changes. You can do this, but it's to still leave it on the question, but we are saving changes. That's it. So once you save, you can see we only did 3 things: the question text, the question name, and phrases. That is for question 1, the first one. The second type of question that we have for this special purpose, I said it that there are other ones there for a normal person that can read and write, or they can read and see, that doesn't have any physical challenge. Then you can just use every other one. If I say add new, you can just use a multi-choice, a true or false, or a normal essay that is not auto-graded, or a drag and drop that they will be able to drag some words and match some other words. Those ones are for normal person that can operate and see and hear very well and without any physical challenge. Now, we have talked about this essay auto-grade. Now, we want to talk about record audio or video. Under this one, students respond to the question text by recording an audio or video, or do a screen recording, or for a mixture of any combination of the two. Okay, I want to see, sorry. Okay, so then once you do this one will be able to record their answers. So if I click on add, then I will have to specify the question name, maybe question 2 for instance. Now, what am I doing? A single audio, that is, they just record an audio. And if you want them to record video, which I won't advise you do, a video will just be showing the students, he will record him as he is speaking and all that. That can actually be used for the purpose of for any malpractice section, so that the student will open their video and then you will be seeing as they are answering the question, to know that nobody is with them and all that. So, but single audio is okay. Then what's the question text? This one to say, what is management information system? Okay, then if you like as well, you can see we have the audio that you can record an audio and all that. Okay, then you can now scroll down. You can see this question is assigning 1 to it automatically. Well, we can change it to whatever we want to change it to, or thereabout. Okay, then now we have set the maximum recording to be 30 seconds. We don't want them to have a long audio and all that, though it can be increased if you like. Alright, so after doing this, then we save changes. Now, these are the special 2 types of questions that we have created for special people, for those who are visually impaired, or those who are deaf and dumb. Alright, so now let us see how a student will see this application. So that's the next thing we want to do now, is how a student will see the application, how they will be able to interact with the application from their end. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in into the application as a student now. So let me go there. Though the teacher too can see how students will see all these things from their end. If you want to see as a student, what you just need to do is to turn off this edit mode, and then you'll be able to look at the thing as students will also look at it. That's just it. So if you want to see everything, open this place, you will see everything as it is. Click on general, it will go back to that place, and then this is exactly how students will see it. The moment you turn off the edit mode, then you will be able to see the thing as students will look at it. Just like some other things that you will be seeing on this may not be there for students. That's just it. Okay, so let me see if I can log in as a student or use that teacher's profile. So now if I log in as student 1, yes, then I can specify my password. Okay, login invalid. Why? Let me. Okay, in order not to waste time, now this is how students will see it. Then when the student opens the application, they will get to their own dashboard like this, and then they get to their own dashboard. They will see what they have been profiled for. They will see what is upcoming events for them. You can see. So then they will be able to go into their own courses and select a particular course that it is probably time for them to read or to attend a class. So now if the student sees definition, introduction to MIS, then they click on this. Then once they click on this, they will see